the faith, smile and keep the faith, smile and keep the faith, smile and keep the faith. Positivity is something you should have, so just stick around and tune in to Cam Davis Podcast, a place to talk about sports and elevating each other to be the greatest through different forms of motivation. Such a sensation when you finish an episode and use a lesson you learned on this rocky road called life. But take it one step at a time and everything will be alright. Alright, yeah. Believe in yourself, cause you can do it, and trust the process in your journey, you never lose it, cause you are destined to be great. So all you have to do is smile and keep the faith. Just smile and keep the faith. Just smile and keep the faith. Yeah, don't let anything try to ruin your day. That negativity will go away. All you have to do is smile and keep the faith. Just smile and keep the faith. Yeah, don't let anything try to ruin your day. That negativity will go away. All you have to do is smile and keep the faith. Smile and keep the faith. Hey.
What's up, everybody? I appreciate you tuning in to another episode of the Cam Davis Podcast. Man, season 3, and guess what? We back. Yes, sir. We back, and we back at it. Super excited, super blessed to be sharing inspiration and motivation with you once again. Okay, so man, without further ado, let's go ahead and get back into this thing, man. You already know. Some things in life you just can't do alone. Hey, he's back too. I got my big dog with me, David Michael Castillo. What's up, big bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, man. Hey, we back, baby.
Yes,
2.5 years, but we back. We back on the podcast. We ain't left. You know, me and Cam been, blessed to share the stage together a few times. You know what I'm saying? But we back on the podcast, man. So we're gonna do what God and placed us here on earth to do, man, and help y'all continue to smile and keep the faith, man. I'm back and glad to be back with you, bro, for sure.
Hey, man. Hey, you looking good too, big dog.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? My boy done blessed the game with the Cam Davis backdrop. So, the producers, I had to holler at them because they ain't give me the Cam Davis logo or the ESPN or the award-winning trophy microphone. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get there. Man.
Hey, man. Look, I ain't gonna compare it to no other podcast, but it's a podcast out there with like Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. Yeah. Shannon Sharp got like a lot of stuff, in his background. That was my inspiration on that. But as you heard, let me just go ahead and leave that. As you heard him say, we got a team now. We got some producers with us. Yeah, man. Shout out to the team. It's not just me and you doing this anymore, big dog.
We got a whole team with by ourselves.
We did.
But when you get a team, oh man.
It makes it a whole lot easier, big dog. All we got to worry about is giving the message to the people now. And we got people doing the editing. We got people putting everything together for us. That's big time. And man, I'm super grateful. I'm super thankful to that team, the team that we got. Shout out to my guy, man, the content creator, CBFILM, my guy, Caden Bolden. Shout out to him. Shout out to my photographer, videographer, Brooke Rusk at Be Influence Media. And shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to my dog, Rasheed Oss Brooks, man. With the one coming through with the ones and twos. The song "Smile and Keep the Faith" that you hear at the beginning of the episode, man. My students, they be singing that song to me. Yeah, y'all know I'm teaching everything like that. They be like, smile and keep the faith. Yeah, smile. And I'll be like, all right.
Boy, get back on extra credit just for singing the song.
Nah. Let's get back on track and let's get this work done. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to the team, man, on the ones and twos. We got some more shout outs that we want to get into. Also, shout out to the fans, man. Shout out to the listeners out there, the day one supporters, the new listeners, whatever the case may be. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm talking about the true supporters. You know what I'm saying? The true ones that been there, that's rocking with us that was still rocking with us, still following us in the 2.5 years off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them some
Hey,
real was right there.
because I've been getting phone calls and messages like, "Hey, what you and Cam doing, man? What's up?
Man,
What's
listen,
up?" They put some pressure on us, bro.
man, I go out. Don't go out often. Try
Yeah,
not to.
yeah,
Man, I
yeah.
go out in my hometown, man, and Kimo, like around that area where I used to stay and grew up and went to high school, man. And I have people. I'm out at a bar. You know what I'm saying? I have people say, "Dog, man, how you been, man? What podcast at, man? How the podcast doing and things like that, man." I'm like, I had some technical difficulties. If you don't know, my camera battery had got stuck. So, and I couldn't get it out. I went to every store and like they couldn't get it out. I put it in the wrong way or it like expanded or something. And the battery had got stuck. But so that leads me into the shout out that I want to give right now. Shout out to Deacon Shaw, man, coming through for the
Give a
new
round of
camera.
applause to Deacon Shaw
Man,
one time.
round of applause for Deacon Shaw.
Yeah,
Yes,
Deacon
sir.
Shaw.
Round of applause, Deacon Shaw, man. Shout out to him. This is why I look the way I look right now.
You know what I'm
Shout out to
saying?
him. You know what I'm saying? This Nikon 4K camera is on me right now. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him coming through with that. But
Yeah.
hey,
Brother Shaw done blessed us to share the stage together a few times too, man.
for
So,
sure.
but Shaw, we appreciate it, man. We back. You know, the supporters and investors, man, we appreciate y'all.
For sure, big dog. Hey man, what's up? You ready?
Hey, man. What? 2.5 years. Let's not make them wait any longer, bro. Like, let's
Now
get into it.
let's go ahead and get into it,
Get
big
into
dog.
it,
Hey,
bro.
I got something special for the listeners, right? We made
Come
them
on.
wait for 2.5 years. I got a 5-part series coming,
Mm.
right? When I was growing up in elementary school, I went to Highlands Elementary School in Lamarck, Texas. Buttermilk Junction is what they call it. You know what I'm saying? The school is tore down now. You know, the school ain't even there no more. They didn't tore it down. Ain't nothing there. It's just land now. But such an amazing school. Learned so much at that school. But one thing that I did learn, my reading teacher, my ELA teacher, the writing teacher, whatever you want to call it, that teacher taught me how to tell a story.
Mm.
And that's what we're about to do right here. We're about to tell a story. And how you want to tell a story, you need 5 things. The
Come on.
5 W's
Hold
on
on,
how
hold
to
on,
tell a
Cam.
story. What's up?
Give them a second, man. Let them get their notepad and pen, cause
Yeah.
my boy about to take y'all to school, man. So, hey, this is free knowledge, free information. So y'all take notes, man. Go on ahead, Cam.
Man, I be telling my students this all the time, bro. Like, hey, why you ain't got y'all pen and papers out, bro? Take notes.
Come on
Let's go.
now.
I'm trying to teach you something. If you listen, come on, just take notes. I'm gonna teach you something. No, anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go and get into it. 5-part series on how to tell a story.
Yeah.
One thing that you need, the first one is the who. Who, what, when, where, and why. Right? So this first one right here, episode 19 of the Cam Davis podcast, titled Who Can You Trust?
Mm.
Who can you trust? The word trust, okay? Trust, the definition of trust, the firm belief in the reliability, truth, the ability, or strength of someone or something. Let's break that down. The firm belief, right? Meaning you have to believe in whoever you're trusting or whatever you're trusting. The firm belief, the strong belief. All
Mm.
right. And then it says in the reliability. Can I rely on you? Okay. Are you reliable? And then it says the truth. Are you trustworthy? Will you tell me the truth? Right. And then it says the ability. Are you capable and are you able to give me what I need since I am trusting in you? Okay. And also the strength. Okay. People say one thing, big dog, and they do another.
Cool.
Right. Friends, family, loved ones, they say one thing, they could do another. Enemies, right? People say one thing and can end up doing a totally different thing.
Mm.
Not only that, people can smile in your face,
Ooh.
but stab you in your back. Guess what I'm talking about? Friends, loved ones, family, even your enemies.
Man.
Smile in your face, shake your hand, dap you up, do all these things. But what do?
Stab you in the butt.
Stab you in your back. So who can you trust? Okay? Your friends and your family. You don't know, right? You don't know. You want to trust them, right? You love them to death. You want to trust them, right? But people can let you down. Can I tell you about somebody who won't let you down? Can I tell you about a friend that won't let you down? Can I
Jerome?
tell you? Can I tell you about a loved one that won't let you down?
Yeah.
Can I tell you about a father to the fatherless?
Oh,
Can I tell you about a friend to the friendless?
man. Come
Can I
on.
tell you about somebody that won't let you down? Here's your scripture for our episode, and I'm super glad that we're back doing this because this podcast allows me to become stronger in my faith, big dog. This
Absolutely.
podcast allows me to become strong in my faith. It allows me to dive in deeper into the word and what the word says. So our scripture for this episode in particular, Isaiah 43, verse 2 and 3. Watch this. When you pass through the waters, the Lord says that I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you, for I am the Lord your God. Who can you trust? Now, if you're just now tuning in to the Cam Davis podcast, in episode 9, I talked about smiling in the midst of a storm. That was a 2-part series. And then the second part of it, I talked about having faith in the midst of a fire. In that first one, smiling in the midst of a storm, a biblical story that we talked about. It was these professional fishermen. I'm going to give you the quick rundown. You can go back and watch episode 9. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on it. It was these professional fishermen, so-called professional fishermen, right? They were navigating a boat. They weren't the only ones on that boat. Jesus was also on the boat, but Jesus was asleep at the bottom of the boat. These professional, so-called, if you can't see me on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I'm on YouTube right now doing air quotes. These professional, so-called professional fishermen were navigating the boat. But then came a storm. The wind started blowing. The water started raging. The rain started falling. The storm has come upon them. Who can you trust?
Yeah.
Those men, right, in the midst of the storm, had little to no faith because they went to Jesus, who was asleep at the bottom of the boat, and said these words, "Carest thou not we perish?"
Man.
Basically saying, do you care if we die? Jesus, who woke up, basically saying to them, hey, do you not know who I am? Have you not been around me? Have you not seen the many things that I have done? Biblical stories translates into life. That's why I love diving back into this podcast, because these biblical stories translates into our everyday lives. Jesus said, do you not know who I am? I fed thousands of people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. I made the lame to walk, the dumb to talk, the blind to see. Do you not know who I am? Jesus got up, went to the top of the ship, and uttered these 3 words. Peace be still.
Yeah.
Peace be still. The wind stopped blowing. The water stopped raging.
Yeah.
And the rain stopped falling. Peace be still. Who can you trust? That was episode 9, smiling in the midst of a storm. Then we got into episode 10, talking about faith in the midst of a fire. Who can you trust? We got into the 3 Hebrew boys, talking about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And those 3 Hebrew boys, yeah, those 3.
Abednego, my bad.
Nah, come on, big dog. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those 3 Hebrew boys went to a city of where King Nebuchadnezzar was.
Yeah.
And in that city, the people, when the sound of music and the sound of horns started to play, the people of that city will bow down to an idol god. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego wasn't going for it. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego wasn't going for it, right? They weren't bowing down to an idol god because they knew the God that they served, right? So they weren't going for that. So King Nebuchadnezzar and his men noticed those three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and they threw them into the fiery furnace. Who can you trust? Right? Because Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego kept the faith in God.
Yeah.
They threw them into the fiery furnace, turned the fire up so they could burn and scorch in the fire. But after a while, notice I said but after a while, but God.
You know what? You know what I learned
What's up, big
when I
dog?
was in school? They
What's
said
that?
when you say but,
Mm-hmm.
everything that you said before but don't even matter.
It's finna change, big
Come
dog.
on.
Can I tell you something? They threw them into the fiery furnace, turned the heat up so that they could burn alive. Right? After a while, they came and they checked the fiery furnace, and it wasn't just Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace.
Yeah.
There was a fourth person in the fiery furnace.
Who was it,
Who
Doc?
can you trust?
Man.
Jesus showed up in the midst of that fire. So having smiling in the midst of your storm, faith in the midst of your fire. Again, the scripture says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, nor shall the flame scorch you, for I am the Lord your God. Who can you trust? I got one more biblical story, big dog. I'm telling you, big dog, man, it's been 2.5 years, big dog. Hey. I just been waiting. I knew what I wanted to talk about. I got all 10 of my episode titles already written out. Big dog, I know what I want to talk
months ago, y'all. He sent me the titles months ago.
Say, man, I'm ready. But here go the other story about who can you trust. Jesus and his posse. I call him his posse, his homeboys, his amigos, whatever you want to call them. The 12 disciples. Jesus and his 12 disciples. They go hand in hand, big dog. Where Jesus go, they go. But can I tell you, it was one disciple who let Jesus down. There was one disciple who betrayed Jesus because he got greedy. He wanted some money. He got greedy. And y'all, we all know the story about what happened to Jesus, but this disciple, a lot of people don't know about the story leading up to what happened to Jesus. There was a disciple by the name of Judas. Judas was greedy. Judas was a great man, but he just loved money too much. He loved money. He loved wealth. All right. And it's a story where all Jesus and all his disciples, they were eating at the table, and then Mary came into the room with an expensive bottle of perfume, rubbed it on Jesus' feet. But Judas was upset about what Mary did with that expensive bottle of perfume. Judas wanted to get his get back. Judas wanted to find a way to make some money. So what Judas did was Judas lied on Jesus, basically sold him out, lied on him, told the killers, basically, let's say the killers, all right, what Jesus had done, and it wasn't true. So we know the story. Jesus was crucified, hung on an old rugged cross, thrown into a borrowed tomb. Right now, the organ will be playing as I'm preaching my lesson. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Thrown into a borrowed tomb, stayed there all night Friday. Stayed there all day Saturday. You know the story. But early Sunday morning, he got up. Right? But how did that happen? Because Judas, who can you trust? Right? Friends, they can let you down. Family, they can let you down. But Jesus is the one that you should put your trust in.
Hey, man. Ooh. Boy, you gave him some heat, bro.
Man, I'm just
years you didn't set it on fire already, bro. I feel the heat over here already, bro.
Yeah.
Who can you trust?
Yeah. Talk to me, big dog. Talk to me.
Hey, man, when you sent me that, bro, it was just so much going on, man. So much going on with me. I'm gonna give a quick shout out, real quick. I rarely get phone calls from people at the church, but I'm gonna put you, Sister Busby. You calling me right now, but I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah.
So that means you got to watch this podcast because you missed the shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you sent me that, bro, man, you know I've been going through some things for the last 2.5 years. You know, personally.
Absolutely.
And it revealed a lot about me with family, It revealed a lot about me with friends that I put a lot of trust in. You know what I'm saying? Um, so when you sent me that, man, I think it was God just kind of doing some healing for me too, though. You know what I mean? Like I was disappointed, heartbroken in a sense. Um, and he kind of this topic just kind of realigned me, bro. So I
Mm.
appreciate God using you, bro, to feed the people because it's even feeding me. But it's funny because you started off with that Matthew when Jesus was on the boat, and the first thing I had, bro, is Jesus is trustworthy because he has power over everything, right?
Absolutely.
Jesus calmed the storm. So like you said, the disciples they were terrified. The water was going crazy. Jesus was asleep. They like, why this dude over here asleep? And the
Hmm.
storms is going crazy, bro. That's because he wasn't worried, bro.
Yeah. Come on.
It's because he wasn't worried. When he woke up, the storm just stopped. And the lesson that God gives us that, bro, is that Jesus has authority over every storm in our life, whether it's physical, mentally, emotionally,
Hmm.
spiritually, bro. God has it. Now, imagine, bro, you're a small kid. Matter of fact, yeah, I can give y'all a real life example. Because you know what I'm saying? Cam Davis used to be known as, Camel Spit, you know what I'm saying? He's a little spit llama when he was a little boy. And me and Kobe would be at the house with him, you know what I'm saying? But
Be careful, Doc. Be
hey,
careful, Doc.
hey,
This
don't
might
edit
be
it
your
out.
last time.
Don't edit it out. But we used to mess around with Cam, you know what I mean? So the
Yeah.
lights would go off, we cut the lights off, or it was storming and raining, we'll hide from Cam, right? And then finally, eventually, we're like, all right, that's enough. We'll let him in the room. And Cam would stop crying. You know what I'm saying? He would be good because he felt safe with
Mm.
us, because he trusted us. And that's how Jesus is with us, bro. When we
Yeah.
going through some things, God wants us to be reminded that we safe in his arms, bro.
Mm.
Every single time. So if the lights go off, if you're going through some storms, if you're going through some tough times, don't worry, bro, because are you trusting God through your storms, or are you letting the fear take over? Who can you trust, bro?
Man. Tell your
Jesus is
story, big
trustworthy
dog. Yeah.
because he never changes, bro. Hebrews 13:8 says Jesus Christ is the same yesterday,
Mm.
today, and forever. I said Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever, bro. As we know, we didn't have friends. Maybe people didn't have family members that they don't, talk to anymore. People changes, right? Circumstances changed. The last 2.5 years, my life has definitely changed. But you know what's been the constant thing in my life, bro?
Constant, consistent. Yes, sir.
Like no changes at all, bro. If
Mm-hmm.
any, Jesus, bro, Jesus. I done went through some trying times. I lost my job, got a better one. Lost that job, got a better one. And then the whole time, bro, dealing with the situations that I'm dealing with, I was in a storm. I was scared. I'm like, God, what's going on? And I had to be reminded, I got this. Do you trust me? Right? The same way that Jesus healed the sick, right? Same way Jesus provided. Bro, he fed how many? With 2 fish and
And
5 loaves
five
of
loaves of
bread.
bread.
Come
Come
on,
on,
bro.
man. Yeah.
He fed thousands
Thousands. A
with two
multitude.
fish and 5 loaves
Mm.
of bread.
Yes, sir.
We can kill 2 fish. I don't know about we can eat 5 loaves of bread, but we can kill 2 fish real quick. And
I
God fed
chime
thousands.
down too. I'll probably still be hungry. But them people was full.
Hey,
Thousands of people with five loaves of bread and two fish. I
come
know
on,
with
bro.
two fish, I'll probably still be hungry.
Hey, you still
You
gonna be
feel,
hungry, bro.
you feel
Check
me?
this out, bro. Jesus calls us to trust him completely, bro.
Mm-hmm.
John 14:1 says, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. Trusting in Jesus, bro, isn't just about believing in him, but it's resting in him.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can go to sleep, but you're not resting because your
Mm-hmm.
mind is going, right? So many things going on in your mind. You're worrying about work, you're worrying about your kids, you're worrying about, expenses in life, how you gonna pay rent. Jesus wants us to know that when you rest, it's all in control. God's got it all, bro. Trusting Jesus means surrendering control, believing in his promises, and finding peace in him. The same way that you sitting on it on your couch right now, the way I'm sitting in my seat, the way we
You
just get in the
trusting it.
car and turn it on, knowing it's gonna
Uh-huh.
cut on. You know what I'm saying? To get in there and close that door and everything is raining, and we turn the windshield wipers. The same way we trust and believe in that.
You don't
If
even
we
think
trust,
twice about it. You know what I'm saying?
come on, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta trust and believe in God the same way and even more, bro. So what's stopping you from trusting Jesus completely? If you can simply believe in a chair sitting down when you flop in it, you can go to St. Luke and just flop in the pew, and you know it's gonna hold you up. But you question about whether God gonna bring you through something. He done brought you through 100 different things. What's stopping you from trusting in Jesus, man? I'm
Absolutely.
gonna tell you something,
Absolutely.
Cam, and I give it back to you, man.
Yeah.
You can trust Jesus because He's faithful. He always keeps His promises because He has the power. He controls every storm in our life. He loves you. Why? Because He proved that on the cross. God never changes. He is always trustworthy, and He calls you to trust Him. You see, the question is, who can you trust? Which is phenomenal. But for the
Yeah.
ones that we really know God can,
Yeah.
I think the real question we need to ask them is not who can you trust, but will you trust Jesus? Because they know who to
Mm.
trust. Will
Talk
you
to me.
trust Jesus?
Yeah.
Hey,
Talk to me.
that's all I got for the folks right now,
Hey
man.
man, I love it, man. You said this that even when your circumstances or feelings suggest otherwise, placing your confidence in Him rather than yourself or worldly things, that's true. That's true faith.
Yeah.
Also, what true faith is, I mean, it's easy to trust God, in the light. But what about in the dark, right?
Mm,
It's easy to trust God when everything is going good for you. It's easy to trust God when you have a lot of money in your pocket. It's easy to trust God when situations are happening the way you want it to happen. It's easy to trust God in those times. But true faith comes in the midst of the storm. True faith comes in the midst of your fire.
mm,
True faith comes when you don't have as much money in your pocket, when you get fired from your job. That's where the true faith comes in. So, are you putting your trust in God?
come on.
Okay. We already know who to trust now. Now,
Yeah.
are you putting your trust in God? Man,
Yeah.
there's an acronym about trust. I looked this up earlier. Trust. The T stands for thanksgiving to God.
Mm,
First off, I'm gonna give God thanks.
yeah.
Okay. Every day I wake up before I close my eyes to go to sleep. Start your day with giving God thanks. He didn't have to do it, but He did. Be thankful unto God because He allowed you another opportunity. An opportunity that isn't promised, a
Hmm.
day that isn't promised. He allowed you that other opportunity. So give Him thanks. That's what the T stands for. Thanksgiving to God. The R stands for remember His goodness. Ain't God been good to you?
Ooh, beyond.
God,
Uh,
you got to understand that God is a sovereign God. Now, that meaning that everything ain't gonna be everything. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Everything ain't gonna be a bed of roses. Everything you gonna have some thorns in your life that's gonna come and poke you. But again, true faith comes from those times right there.
Yeah.
Okay. The R, remember His goodness. The U, unburden your concerns.
Rest in it. Mm.
Rest in them. Just like you
Yeah.
said, big dog,
Yeah.
unburden your concerns. Find peace with God. Jesus was sleeping at the bottom of the ship. You said He wasn't tripping, right? He was relaxed. He's sitting back relaxed. He said, do y'all not know who I am? Have y'all not heard what I have done? Have y'all not even seen what I have done?
Man.
Unburden your concerns. Relax. God is going to make it all right. Okay, people be so stressed and so tense because of what tomorrow's gonna bring. I
Hmm.
don't worry about tomorrow because I
Glorilla.
know I don't worry about tomorrow because I know who holds tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't worry about next week because I know who hold next week. I don't worry about next month because I know who holds next month. God is in control. Quit tripping. Quit tripping. Unburden unburden your concerns. The S, surrender your fears. Surrender your fears. Okay. Don't give up. Surrender your fears. What's up, big dog? You good?
Yeah. We got
Surrender.
big old
Surrender.
spider in here, but y'all go ahead.
All right, Ocho. Surrender your
Oh shit.
surrender your fears. Okay. Right now, surrender your fears. Surrender. Surrender your fears, big dog. Surrender your fears,
Whew.
big dog. Surrender. Oh, surrender your fears. What happened to my recording? All right, we good. Surrender your fears. All right. Surrender your fears. I'm gonna leave that. Big dog just had to kill a spider. This
Yeah.
he just recognized a spider. Now his camera's off. Okay, we about to close the last one. So we talked about Thanksgiving to God. Remember his goodness, unburden your concerns, surrender your fears, and the last one is to trust in his word.
Come on.
Put your trust in God, okay? Put your trust in God. You don't have to worry. You don't have to be afraid. Trust
I wasn't
in.
afraid. I wasn't worried.
But you look like you sweating, boy.
Hey, that was a big old spider, y'all. I don't know if he put them two spiders on the ark. Them might be the originals. Whew.
I didn't know what you was talking about, bro. I saw you look down with some fear in your eye. Surrender your fears. But anyway, man, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. The trust acronym again. Give thanksgiving to God. Give thanks to God. Remember his goodness. Unburden your concerns. Surrender your fears and trust in his word. Anything else you got, big dog?
Man, I just got one thing that I do want to say. You know, we dropping this episode on a very special day, y'all. We recording before we dropping it, but as you know, this is the Cam Davis podcast, so make sure y'all give Cam a phone call. Not even just a text message. If you don't answer, hey, the boy's enjoying his day. But my boy's birthday is gonna be the same day that we drop this podcast. So happy birthday, Cam. Happy
Appreciate it,
birthday
big
to you,
dog.
brother.
Appreciate it, man. Much,
How old you about to be, man?
man. You know what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
Turning 25, dog.
Ooh.
25, man. Halfway to
Man.
50, man. But you know what I'm saying, man. God's been good. Each year I'm trying to elevate and become a better version of myself. I'm
Yeah.
not perfect. Nobody in this world is. I'm not perfect, but I wouldn't be it wouldn't be right of me to not strive to be perfect, right? That comes from my walk with God, man. I just want to keep on encouraging people. I think that's really my true purpose, right? And even in season 2, we talked about finding your why. Man, I found my why, man, and encouraging people, giving inspiration to people, letting people see my smile, right? I talk to everybody I come across. I mean, I want to share a smile with everybody I come across. If you're not having a good day, come see me, talk to me. Let me try and make an impact on your life in the best way that I can. Now, some days, I like to say I don't have bad days. I don't want to have bad days. I may have bad moments. I may have a bad second, a bad minute, a bad hour, but never let that moment dictate your day. You got 24 hours in a day. Never let a moment
Mm.
dictate your day. So with me, I try to live a positive life. Does everybody like it? No, right? You got people that hate on what you do, what you talk about, but I can't control that. All I can control is what I got going on for me, and I'm super blessed. I'm super thankful to God for what He has done in my life and the people that He put around me. Because I mean, like I said, every moment in life, man, is a lesson and a blessing. So if you ain't learning from your lessons and you ain't building from your blessings, what are you doing? Come on, so like just live life, be happy, smile and keep
And
the faith.
smile and
You
keep
see
the
me,
faith.
baby? Faith over
Hey,
fear, man. Come on, faith over
hey.
fear. Hey,
Happy
I'm
birthday again to my boy Cam. Killer Cam, y'all. Give it up
appreciate
for
it.
Killer Cam one more time.
Appreciate it, big dog. Appreciate it, big dog.
Hey, it also, it takes a lot to do what we're doing at the podcast, especially, having producers. A lot of people putting a lot of time into what we do. Um, we come in here, we give you the word, but producers behind the scenes, man. So if any one of you all would love to sponsor an episode, get with Cam. It's a blessing to be a blessing, not for us, but so we can help out our producers because they take the time out to do a lot of the work. So if you want
They do get
to
paid.
sponsor,
Yeah,
if you want to sponsor an episode,
yeah.
get with Cam. whatever God lays it on your heart. And make sure y'all show my boy some love for his birthday. Hit up his Zelle or his Cash App.
Hey, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna ask for it. You
Yeah,
mentioned it.
yeah,
I ain't gonna ask for it. God got me, you know what I'm saying? But if people want to, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have me a good little time.
You
But
know,
anyways,
off the record. You know what I'm
off,
saying? Yeah, we keeping it off the
yeah,
record. That's what
off
I'm
the
saying.
record, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But man, I was so excited to be back, man. This first part we got through it. Who
Oh
can
yeah.
you trust?
Who can you trust, man?
Next week, here we go. Should I drop it on them? Should I tell them what we talking about next week? Should I give them a
Go
little preview?
ahead, bro. Go ahead.
So we
Don't.
said the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why.
Yeah.
So obviously coming up next is the what.
Mm.
The what is what have you learned? What have you learned? Big dog, you know I'm a teacher. You know I'm a teacher, big dog. I'm teaching 7th grade math, coaching middle school, 7th and 8th grade, big dog. What have you learned? All this time that you've been living, you ought to learn something. Don't want to get into it, big dog. We're gonna
Man,
say that for next
you
week.
just got me going. That's why I'm like, all right, we
Hey,
gotta cut it off because
hey, man. Hey, we
man.
get into it next week. But as always, everybody, follow us on social media at Cam Davis Podcast. You can follow my personal account on Instagram at cam.davis. X, TikTok at Cameron D Davis. You can follow my big dog right here, David Michael Castillo at DCast5, right, on Instagram. Tap in with us at Cam Davis Podcast. We got some sports talk, life talk coming. You know what I'm saying? That is gonna be titled "What's Happening, Doc?" You know what I'm saying? What's happening, Doc? Doc, what's going on in the world around us in sports? You know, we gonna get into Brian,
You
you
know,
know
I've
what I'm
been wanting to
saying?
talk about your boy Brian, baby.
Go James. And then unfortunately also I ain't gonna say them Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna say
We gonna cut out
them
on that
Dallas
one, y'all.
yeah, them Dallas Cowboys. But anyways, y'all tune in. A lot of stuff coming for you in season 3. As always, man, much love, many blessings. Y'all keep on keeping on. And of course, smile and keep the faith.
See y'all.
All you have to do is smile and keep the faith. Smile and keep the faith. Hey.
What's up, everybody? I appreciate you tuning in to another episode of the Cam Davis Podcast. If you enjoyed what you heard, please leave a like, a comment, and if you're not already, go ahead and subscribe. The most important thing that you can do is share, so please go ahead and share this video because you never know who you might impact. And as always, much love, many blessings. Y'all keep on keeping on, and of course, smile and keep the faith.